What is up, game changers? How are you doing today? I've got something important to tell you. There's big changes coming, and it has to do with the water as well. Something's telling me we need to tune into the water in a very big way before it's too late to do so, right? Welcome. My name is Juniper Bloom Mystique. I am an Ascension Master, Master Healer, and Divine Guide. And welcome to the End Game, Game Changers. For if you don't realize by now, the ascension truly is the return of Christ. And whether you believe it or not, that is up to you, but I can prove everything I say. I am the one who brought it about. Recently, my latest video, I showed you the anointing of the blood of Christ. I did this. This came through me in January of 2022. Right before I started bringing down Christ's light. Spirit really wanted me to show you that. There's much, much more that's not available for you to see on this channel, but there's so much uploaded and able for you to witness playing out on this channel you find this video upon. So I encourage you to check it out, my friends, because anything outside of God will not stay. It will not remain. It does not belong. And I see people posting things about, oh, their ego, their shadow, right? It doesn't matter what they say. They just can't see clearly to what is to come. And so Spirit's telling me today, I need to pull a message from my Ascension deck. This is a deck that I created as I was bringing about the Ascension. It's Ascension Portal Healing Messages. I channeled it, created it right as I was drying up the Nile. It was completed. And that is the final portal, the Nile to the New Earth gates. That's the 13th gate, okay? So what you may not realize, some of you might, is that the Ascension is the return of Christ, and it deals with 12-13 gates, right? Revelations 21:12 and 21:13 speaks of this. However, all of Revelations has already been completed. Revelations 21:13 spoke of the directional pull. I reshifted that, filled it with Christ's light, completed from the west back to the north. Returned all of your God, all of your Christ. My twin flame and I healed him. I opened up his soul. I freed it. I have a beautiful new twin flame that I am so beyond appreciative of, because on my journey, it was quite painful. We almost didn't make it. So the anointing of Christ, the blood of Christ that I brought down and cleansed the earth, there was very important messages in that video. That was the video I posted right before this one. I do encourage you to pay attention to it because it talks about the karmic shift, okay? Some people here are not of God at all. If you are not of God, if you think you are above God and could bypass God, beware. Okay, because this is now God's earth. What happened to God, what happened to Adam and Eve, Jesus and Mary Magdalene and Sekhmet and Horus was a lie. And I prove that to you all as I have undone it over the last 4 years, unbeknownst to me what I was doing at the time, as it was all a part of my own awakening because they were my lifetimes, all of those. Okay, again, I'm not making this up. It's something to take very seriously. And you know what? If you can hear me, great. Those are the ones I am talking to. If you go into judgment and you can't hear me, that's fine too, so much love to all of you because that's truly what it's about. So right now I have a guided meditation I'm going to bring through with the water. I'm going to bring through a guided meditation for you today that deals with the water. I don't know all what that means. I just know that's what Spirit said. It's an ego annihilation using the core of the water, way of the water, right? A shift is on its way in a very big way. And, very few are blessed enough to get to do the path to righteousness, to get to do the work that I did because they bypass the collective soul. Those that actually did the work with me, that do the path to righteousness, that do my alchemy academy, those kinds of things, they bypass what's on its way because this is the end of days. It's the end of ways for all and the end of days for some. And these energies are going to get clunky and chunky and hard to understand. And those messages were actually presented through God in the last video that I uploaded for you guys to see. Those were workshops that I did, the anointing of the blood of Christ and the bringing down of Christ's light part 1. The bringing down of Christ's light I did in multiple waves. Everything I've done has been in multiple waves, not just one. Okay. And again, if you think I'm nuts and you don't want to believe me and you want to believe all that's the deep programming. Okay. Because they've lied to you and lied to you. Jesus didn't die on a cross at all. The Last Supper is not what it was. Adam and Eve didn't happen the way you think it happened. And neither did Sekhmet and Horus. And the moon was very dark, and there was a lot of darkness here. And I've undone it all. And so, even though I see people posting that they can bypass God, that no matter what, there's so many beings here that will still get to be here, you're wrong. The only thing that will remain here is that of God. Okay, this is God's earth. So the water is coming into play. There's something we need to know about the water. All right. Christmas Day of last year, you guys, we should be celebrating the return of Christ, not mocking it. We should be celebrating it. Like if you have an opportunity to do the path to righteousness, do it and do it now, because that will not remain forever. And it is a gift to bypass what's about to come for the collective soul. We should be celebrating the return of Christ. I united Jesus and Mary Magdalene on Christmas Day, and I undid the Holy Grail last year on Christmas Day live on this channel. It came through me live, much like this guided meditation is about to do. I don't ever know what's coming. Spirit just says, hey, do this. So I do it, and then it comes through. So this is a very, very big deal. So the Christmas is Christ Mass. It's the return of Christ, and it truly is real. It's not about his death. It's about his rebirth. And God reminded me of that too. But there's such negativity towards me and towards the work that I've done, and don't think it's not going seen, because it is. Everything is being measured, and it determines your outcome. This is a karmic shift, my friends, because karma will not exist here anymore. You're either of God's light or you don't stay. So today is about an ego annihilation. Okay, the ego is running rampant. It's very painful amongst the collective soul. This last portal was a really big deal. Some of you are learning that I have a channel where I do healing light movement as well. And so when these things come through, I help you in every which way. I help you by messages, guided meditations, proving to you who I am time and time again. Then I also help you with Hertz music frequencies that I channel and create on my other channel. And now I help you with healing light movement too, because I'm a master healer, ascension master. I am the one who brought it through. The return of Christ is Christ light, mass amounts, and it flows through me. And my DM and I are the event, right? The union of love. And so it's very relevant. So no matter what is happening, I actually have all the tools you need. It's just up to those that choose to use them, that choose to see God and love and heal unconditionally. Okay. Those are who I do it for. So if you have negative comments and negative thoughts you want to share, don't. You can take those and actually I would say don't share them at all. Keep everything in positive and light and love, because if you bring that here, it truly does cut you off from God. God is not judgment, my friends. Okay. Whether you believe me or not, I prove it. You just have to watch. You have to click the links, but most of you choose not to, and that's up to you. So I'm going to pull from this messages from the gods, Ascension Portal Healing Messages by Master Juniper Bloom Mystique. Again, I channeled this deck through as I was opening up the portals all the way up to the 13th, which is the gates of heaven. Okay, so these are very relevant. They deal with the portals, they deal with the energies of the ascension, and Spirit wants me to pull them. So I'm going to do that. My verbal message is very important. Okay, I have a mantra here I'm going to give you. And in this mantra, I'm going to use it in my healing light movement tomorrow. There will be a video uploaded with that as well. So you'll have this guided meditation, you'll have the healing light movement, and these are to help you heal. Okay. Again, unless you've taken the path to righteousness home, you're not bypassed from what's going to happen in the earth. You're just not. All right. It's a karmic play out. Okay. God reminded me of that. I didn't even know I had that coming. And he reminded me of that when I uploaded the anointing of the blood of Christ. Spirit told me to do that. I forgot about that one. And then when I realized it, I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, more. They want a couple more. All right, so what do we need to see? Oh, all right. Okay, my friends. So again, releasing happens in layers, right? Number 21, 2 and 1 is 3. That's divine intervention, divine growth, powerhouse number. Releasing happens in layers. Multiple layers of releasing is required and happening at this time. All right. It is really difficult for normal beings to release at the level you need to for this. And you cannot bypass your karma. You cannot bypass God. I don't know who you think you are, or care who you think you are. You cannot. This is God's earth. It is returned. It is already done. So no matter what kind of other archetypes or what kind of other beings there are out there, you won't stay unless you have a soul of God and unless you align with God and are pure in the heart, period. I'm not going to continue arguing that, like, it is what it is. But it's something you guys need to realize, because unless we are healed enough, it's hard to see. It's hard to understand what that means, and it's hard to hear it, right? It truly is. It's like that veil, the veil that I undid. So, number one, it's important to remember that right now we need to release multiple layers. We need to flow like the water. We need to be able to feel the water because she's about to reclaim some space, okay? In the pyramid activation videos that I've done, in a lot of them, I talk about the water. The water, the land will move and shift in ways you did not see coming. And here's another thing too, is you won't have a warning, all right? They talk about things, oh, this might come. You will never know when it's going to come because you're not supposed to be able to bypass your karma, okay? So everything fits together perfectly, even if you do not have all the pieces yet, right? Everything has a purpose and a reason in the season of change. Releasing happens in layers and everything fits together purposely. So one layer affects another, everything, even if you do not have all the pieces yet. A journey into unknown territory, entering into a new timeline through choices in disguise. Entering into a new timeline through choices in disguise. So, a journey into unknown territory, entering into a new lifetime or new timeline through choices in disguise. I really like these cards because they're quite layered, okay? What you don't realize is the choices that are presented in your life determine the outcome for where you go. That's a karmic cleanse, okay? You have to replay your lifetimes and you have to choose wisely. Once you make the correct choices, you enter into new timelines, okay? You make the correct choices through the lens of God, through love, and you enter into new timelines. This is another one of my favorite cards right here. Rays of the yellow, gold, the sun, and the one. Healing element of light, shining to help everything and everyone else shines so bright. Take your power back, awaken and shine, right? Rays of yellow, gold, the sun, and the one. Healing element of light, shining to help everything and everyone else shine so bright. Take your power back, awaken, and shine. I have to read this one a couple times. I love these. These actually cards depict all the portals that I opened. Machu Picchu, I activated a pyramid there. This one is Mount Shasta, which I cleared, and it is no longer at all active. It is dead to the world, and it was never filled with light. I can't repeat that enough. I still see people who refuse to see that. You guys, it's up to you whether you stay here or not. I'm just going to continue showing the proof for those that wish to stay and can see God. So don't bring judgment here. Okay. Rays of yellow, gold, the sun, and the one. I am the god of the sun, and my DM is the god of the moon, by the way. Okay. Rays of the yellows, gold, the sun, and the one. Healing element of light, shining to help everything and everyone else shine so bright. Take your power back, awaken, and shine. Soul nurturement can occur anywhere. It doesn't matter where you are or what circumstance you are in. You can take a moment to heal you, to reflect on you, to nurture your soul. I feel like the shadow makes a lot of excuses. And right now, the ego is making a lot of excuses. And some people think they can bypass God. This is God's planet. You do not belong. Okay. I don't care what archetype you are. I don't care what you think you are. Unless you align with that of the masculine and feminine and with God, you do not belong. Balancing forces within and around you. Higher frequency energies require full balance. That is where maximum abundance begins. This is real for me as well. That is why in the path to righteousness and in the academy and things, I teach you how to balance from the heart center. to create your reality. I have all the keys in the new earth. It's quite complex, okay? So right now we need to release some deep, deep layers. These are in the water layer as well. They're connected to this. A journey into unknown territory, meaning you don't understand everything that's going on. So try not to, because that's your ego and your shadow trying to make something of something. But it's beyond the mind. And if you watch the anointing of the blood of Christ, we speak of that in there as well. Everything fits together perfectly, even if you do not have the pieces yet. So the anointing of the blood of Christ was the last video I did. And it is biblical, you guys. That is part of the Bible, part of the return, part of the rapture, as De La Roca calls it. God just calls it the end of ways. Outside of God, it's the return, and it's already been done. Okay. So that is the message. We are healing and releasing deep, deep layers, and it's going to continue. Multiple layers of releasing are required and happening at this time. And these are karmic layers you cannot bypass, okay? The only ones who actually get to step outside of the collective soul are those that do the path to righteousness, and already are deeply, deeply, deeply connected to God, like De La Roca, but he even still has his own healing he has to do to make it through the 13th gate. That's not a joke. So releasing happens in layers. Everything fits together perfectly, right? One thing affects another and it all matters, and it's beyond what you can understand a lot of times. A journey into unknown territory, entering in a new timeline through choices in disguise. We can only open those doors and enter those timelines through the choices that we make if we make the correct ones. That goes against our original karmic play, against God. So anything against God created your karma. And there are beings here that are not of God and they won't stay. Does that mean that there's alien beings that are not of God? No, there's plenty. God is the universal flow, right? So just be mindful. Balancing forces within and around you, higher frequency energies, period. The new earth requires you to be open in your energy, fully in balance and connected to the earth, okay? Rays of yellow, gold, the sun, and the one, healing element of light shining to help everything and everyone else shine so bright. Take your power back, awaken, and shine now. And nurture your soul no matter where you are. There is no such thing as lack. Okay? That is the message they wanted me to give. Again, these are my deck. These are the portal messages. These are different lessons and things we go through the ascension portal. All right, so now I have a mantra for you all, and then I'm going to just right here with you pull out a live guided, or not a live, but a guided meditation for you. So I connect to the earth beneath my feet, and write this down, use it, okay? This is going to help you connect to the water. And then tomorrow I will have a new video of healing light movement for those that like that channel, that like to actually do Qigong and Tai Chi and know that energy is movement, movement is energy, healing is energy and movement, and it's all together, okay? I'll be using this in that too. So I connect to the earth beneath my feet. I release any resistance and energies that may compete. I connect to the water flow. I surrender to the tides and allow them to heal and change my soul. I relax the body, mind, and soul, and I surrender to the ebb and flow. I feel these, so sorry. My heartbeat matches the beating heart of the earth, and I choose to flow and align with her. So be it, and so it now is. Now, if you wish to join the healing meditation, the guided meditation, feel free to do so. It might kick you off if you're not meant to at this time. So just be aware of that. So I burp when I connect, so forgive that too. Put your feet on the floor. That's a necessity. So if you're busy, do this one again later, okay? Palms facing up in receptive mode is also a necessity. I will be putting bubbles of protection in a very massive way because some of you don't have pure intentions all the time. Not you, but people don't always, okay? So I protect myself always first and foremost. Okay. So what you will do is close your eyes and just breathe. Breathe normally. Getting out of your head and into your heart space. Okay? Just breathing. And release a little energy. Relax your shoulders. Again, palms up in receptivity mode. I call on the creator of all that is and all the angels too. I ask of them to be present with us now in magnificent ways through and through. Saint Germain with the Akasha Records is also stepping forward. This will be recorded for those who choose, who can stay, who follow along, and whatever you heal and release will be recorded today, because this is the end of ways. This is the Great Reset, my friends. That's nothing to be taken lightly. It's something to be taken seriously. Your ego, your shadow, do not dictate what comes. You cannot bypass God, no matter how hard you try. So I release any energies that do not belong. I shush and shush and shush them away. I protect us with the highest love possible, highest light in and highest light out. A divine guided light is coming down with a blanket of love and a frequency of love and love only, to protect, to guide, to realign, and to help those that wish to stay. I open the door for all others who cannot stay and do not belong at this time, and I push their energies out. I call in the energies of Father Sky and Mother Earth to align and to guide us in every way. I call in the energies of the north, the east, the south, and the west, and I anchor back from the west to the north, completing the energetic flow into the highest divine realms. So be it, and so that is. Give us strength that we need, anchoring us in when necessary, guiding us along all the way, and shining so bright upon us to help us heal, reacclimate, and be reborn today. Thank you. So if any angels step in, they want me to say it's not the angels that do this work. It's me. So I'm not seeing any angels coming in. They're not coming in. It's just me. Saint Germain is here, though, with the Akashic Records. I will be doing the work. I am opening up the core of the earth. I'm opening up like whoop, up it like the earth. I'm like splitting the earth and I'm opening to the core. The core is relevant. And there is a water layer as well. Both of those are coming into play today. So I'm going to draw down the lights from the heavens above, all the way down from the heavens above. The most beautiful white and blue light you've ever seen. Coming down through your higher chakras, going down into your crown and into your third eye. Opening them up to be grounded in miraculous ways today. Going down from the third eye into the throat. This is where I meet resistance. Again, I remove any energies that do not belong and I put up protections all the way. I allow you to exit and exit now, and you will not return another day. So be that, and so it is. Love and love alone. You let your judgments go. Drawing the light down from the throat now into the heart. And some of us have 10 chakras. If you've done the work with me, there's more than 7 base chakras. So those are in play. But for a majority of you, there's still your base 7 chakras. So just understand this. There's a new chakra between the heart and the throat. That is also opened, going down from there into the heart. Then from the heart into the other new chakra for some. And for majority of you, it does not belong. It's not activated yet or created. Going down from there into the solar plexus. This line of light to open you up and anchor you into the water. Drawing it down from the solar plexus down through the other new chakra for some, but for majority of you, it's not there yet. Going down into your navel and your sacral and into your root. Drawing this light down your arms through your palm chakras. Some of you are very blocked. You have not upgraded yet at all. Going down from there and into your legs and your feet, out of your soul chakras. So you have 4 connections going down into the earth. I'm drawing these down solely to the water layer. You cannot connect to the core of the earth at this time. She's about to expand and expand and expand some more. Expand and expand and expand some more. And where it goes, you will never know. But change is now at your door. I'm drawing these connections down through the layers of the earth, down through the surface layer of the dirt and the sand and the sediment and the rocks, and deep down into the crystalline grid and the water layer at the same time. The water, the water. Some of the work that I have done, I have opened the earth and water is seeping in, especially like around Lake Titicaca and other places that don't belong in the water. The earth is shifting in magnificent ways. The blueprint of her has been redone, and you are about to experience this every day moving forward. The water is about to reclaim some space that belongs to her. She's going to move and reshape the face of the earth as well as the face of you. So the earth will either make or break you. It depends on where you anchor into. Keep that in mind. So focusing on your breath and my voice, that is all you need to do. Listen deeply to my voice. It vibrates through and through your heart space, through your throat, through your mind's eye. You deeply know the truth is here and upon you, and waves of love flow. The way of the water, the way of the water. It reshapes and molds the land. The way of the water, the way of the water. It creates and breaks man. You are anchored deeply into the water. Now I'm going to draw up this water, not light. I'm drawing up the earth water. Her DNA is different. It's not the same. I've changed it many times over. You would know this if you watched my videos. I'm drawing up the water through your connections and flow, all the way up, divine flow. Into your feet it enters, to your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs, and into your root chakra. Cleansing and activating and removing what it needs. It is limited in truth, depending upon you. It's moving, it's pixelating your internal flow, so you're connecting with the water of the earth. It's removing layers and layers and layers of yuck and muck and things that don't belong. I'm drawing this water now up into your sacral. It must expand your sacral. I need to expand your sacral. So it's like waves, like whoosh, whoosh. And as I'm doing this, I see her moving on the earth as well. So there's like this interesting vortex amongst the sea, deep out beyond the land. It's swirling and twirling and moving, you see, but most do not understand. It's about to explode and change directions and cause different flow. And that's expected by God in truth. So be mindful of the land you stand upon, for some will not remain. It's meant to shift and change and expand and develop a new day. Seventh wave of creation is upon you. That is what I've brought about. Not the seventh day of creation, the seventh wave of creation. It's timed to wipe this one out. I'm drawing the water up now from your sacral into your navel and into the other new chakra for some, but for most of you, just right up into your solar plexus. It's cleansing your chakras. It's giving you a way to connect to the water. You can feel her. You need to feel her at this time. It is a her, for sure. She is quite aware, quite alive, quite awakened, and quite connected to the earth. Zeus and Poseidon are also stepping forward at this time. They are taking their staffs, one in like the Atlantic and one in the Pacific, and they are spinning them and spinning them and spinning them, creating these vortexes, these big, huge wall vortexes. Banta iang kampa taua, hyanta iang kanta paua, kanta langka tauiti, anka patoia ia. They're drawing up the water and then they're going to slam it back where it needs to go. And drawing the water up now from your solar plexus and into your heart. Your internal compass is turning to water. We need to flow like water. Flow like water. No matter what comes, you must flow like water. Bypass it all of the darkness that is, not the light. For the only thing that will remain is light. The rest must now go. Dampantalang kantai wa. Dampolong konto wa antai ngua. Drawing now up from the heart to the throat. Big resistance here. Be careful what you speak upon and what you allow to become your existence. Release now all resistance. All resistance is gone. Ego is being annihilated. It's breaking like glass. The glass wall is breaking. It's cracking. It's shredding to pieces. It's falling down from the world upon you and into the depths below. It does not belong. It will not remain. It's time to evolve. Going up from the throat to the third eye, the water waves, the water waves. This is water from divine God, from love's flow, from the earth's core and creation. This is water that reshapes all and will reshape the earth flow. The earth is alive, water is alive, fire is alive, and so is the air. All will work together in conjunction to reshape the map you are on. The magnet is shifting now. So as this is happening, I'm taking the water to your crown and I'm going to flip the earth. I'm about to flip the earth. The magnetosphere is shifting. I'm flipping her. I'm flipping her. I'm flipping her now. What was down is now made up. What was left is now made right. It's like, wow. Oh, dizziness too. As I did that, I see the water. It's like in this bowl, right? It's like all over the earth. There's cracks. I see the earth cracking, like the line just going, and water moving and even going inward, like a double waterfall going inward. I see trees moving and shifting, new ones being in form, and other ones must also go. I see a lot of things happening all at once. The world around you is in the ebb and flow. It's time to connect so you are not lost into the great rewind. I'm taking now a vortex of light from the core of the earth out. Like a tornado, I form this energetic flow of existence and move out. It's moving from the core and it's coming up like boom, 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 boom. And I'm taking it all the way to the dome and it's spinning and moving and growing in the vortex. It starts from the core out. It's spinning and moving and growing and changing and reforming. It's sucking in debris and others it's pushing out. From that spawns other tornadoes in existence. These are weird ones you didn't see coming. Striking of the clouds, of the lightning and form, breaking apart, and things being reborn. Wind picks up and moves things about, and the water, the water, either floods or dries out. Gantalang kantaiyang buyuan tayo. Bondongkalay and taiyang kantao. The water now from the crown goes up 1, 2, 3 more chakras, and then it falls down and around you in a brand new energetic bubble. We are replacing your energetic bubble at this time. To be that of the divine water flow. Do these cause you to have more karmic cleansing? You better believe they do. Going into the very pit of your pituitary gland at this time. And I'm awakening something for all. This is a dormant piece that needs to be awakened now. So I'm drawing this light in. It's white as white can be to the very center of the pineal gland. It almost looks like this little tiny peanut. And I'm waking it up. I'm waking it up. I'm waking it up now. The time has come, the time for all. The change in tides is now. Drawing the light up in like a wave, not the light, the water, like whoosh, and out and around you. And drawing another round from the water grid in the earth. This is from inside the earth, the water grid. I'm drawing it up and through your system and out and around you. I am replacing your outer bubble, your aura. It's being changed. It's being changed. It's being removed and changed and reborn. Some of us that have done my work have now 2 and 3 earth star chakras, while other of you still have 1. But that is also coming into play. The water is now opening the chakra and connecting you deeper in flow. Zeus and Poseidon, they're also doing something else. So they're taking their staff and they're putting it in the water and it's filling with light. It's filling with messages and flow. All these messages of truth you cannot escape are going through the water and into your energetic flow that I just created. So you are getting these like messages. That's what they want me to call them. They're not activations for all. They're warnings for some. What you don't realize is this affects the whole entire collective soul. As the water is connecting to you, it's connecting to others amongst you. Some of you, it can't connect at all because in truth, they don't belong. It is across the globe, not necessarily those that can hear me. Maybe some. It is being recorded now in the Akasha records. Zeus and Poseidon are sending those light pulses through the water and through your entire system. Kraken. There's these things in the water. There's like this thing at the bottom and it's like connected to the earth and it's moving, it's awakening, it's detaching from the earth. The chills. Be ready to see what you've never seen, what you can't even imagine and fathom. This is beyond you. It's beyond you. You can't control, you cannot change, and you cannot bypass the outcome. The only thing you can do is choose to rise more in God's love or go. Either way, you are forced to see truths at this time. So around the earth, I am putting now a reflective bubble of water. It's like a thin water bubble around the earth, and it will reflect truths. Some will know to go and others will not. That is karmic in play. The earth has her own karmic boomerang. It's not her karma, it's those that have harmed her, and that's also coming in flow. So I see buildings going, I see trees moving and falling in the earth. There's like these sinkholes and things going on in the earth. There's stuff going on beneath you. You did not even know. stuff you don't see coming, and it's hard to understand. So don't even try. Surrender to the ebb and flow. Surrender now deeply to the ebb and flow and allow water to guide the way. This is the time of water, the way of water, and time for water to move and sway. Your whole entire aura has been removed and recreated. There is a bubble of water around the earth. This is very important. Very important for a few reasons. One is to change the tides. The earth has shifted. I feel like everything just went, boom. It's shifted. It's upside down, your existence. It's a paradigm shift. The water will continue to flow through from the earth all the way out and around you for a little more time. Once it is done, it will just be cut off and you will be removed from that flow. It will continue to vibrate through you and to provide what you need to know. The rest is up to you. Things are not just given. It is through the choices of growth. And then again in the mind. So I'm seeing the mind is like this bubble of water going around the brain, around the crown, and around the third eye. I feel like I'm in a dome of water, and that is all I can see and hear is the vibrations, the heartbeat of the water. It's a necessity at this time. A couple reasons in flow of protection and growth and changing tides are upon you. I see more water retracting. So the earth is drying in some areas and then it's coming and reforming in others. The ocean tides, it's like moving this way and moving this way. And I feel like the current is shifting. The current is shifting. The animals of the water, some will go and some will stay. Some never were meant to belong. So trust the process. There's nothing you can do. They've already been put through the gates. The Akashic records are being written and recorded because each of you have an individual path. This will heal you individually in ways and cause you to rise in others if you are up to the challenges. Only those that bypass the collective have done the path home that I created. That's not a joke. That's what I'm being shown now. Those are the only ones who can step outside of what is coming and flow. I'm closing off now the core of the earth. So in the beginning, I opened it up. I'm closing it up. I'm closing the earth together around her. But the earth is like molding and shifting and reforming now. No matter what, this was an energetic cleanse and a purge and a reforming. I don't need to prove anything else. Just allow it to be. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than your mind's capacity. Open your heart and co-create. That's the best you can do. So be it, and so it is. You have a new aura, and you've been connected to the water flow. Some are releasing, and some need to see truth. What is for you is for you. Time knows all. There is no time. I'm disconnecting now from the energy. So I want you to just feel into your body if you stayed with me. If you actually did the transmission with me, I want you to feel into your body, feel into your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your hips, your tummy, your shoulders, your arms, your elbows, your hands, your fingers. Wiggle them for me. Reconnect to your physical vessel. Touch your head, touch your face, touch your chest. Come back to the present moment. It's all quite vast. It's hard to fathom. It's hard to correlate. It's hard to stay together. Just focus on love and growth and truth, and that's all we have right now. Keep your path inward, not outward. Don't worry so much about others. Worry about you. That is the most important thing to do. What are you aligning to? What is your purpose? What should you do? Do it, and do it now. Something about oil ways again, too. Just be mindful. Thank you. Thank you to those that joined me that did this without expectations and judgments, and that understand that this is big, this is real, and we all affect each other. So be kind. This was an ego annihilation using the core and the water for the collective soul. It is called the way of the water, as a shift is on its way. Okay. I use the mantra, allow the healing to do what it needs to do for you. You have a new aura, a new bubble, and the ego is shattering for the whole entire earth, the collective soul. Thank you for joining me today, you guys. Again, tomorrow will be an energetic movement healing release for this one as well. Okay. And music will be on its way. So much love to you. Take care of yourself. Be safe. Be careful what you pick up and what you put down. We'll see you later.